Picture this. You open your eyes to a world that feels wrong from the first breath you take, and you know instantly that something has shifted in a way you cannot ignore. You reach for your phone out of pure habit, but the screen stays black, refusing to wake up no matter how many times you tap or hold the button. A faint uneasiness crawls up your spine as you move toward the window, expecting to see a normal morning, but instead you find a neighborhood frozen in strange silence. No car engines rumble, no appliances hum, no distant traffic fills the air, and the usual comfort of background noise is replaced by an unnatural stillness. You try a light switch, hoping the power just flickered, but nothing happens, and the switch clicks uselessly, reminding you how fragile modern life truly is. Your heart beats faster as you check the outlets, the router, the television, and each one is lifeless and cold, as if the world has been unplugged in a single moment. Stepping outside, you notice neighbors emerging from their homes, confused faces scanning the streets, searching for answers that nobody seems able to give. Someone calls out asking if anyone else has working power, and the chorus of worried voices confirms what you feared, that everything electrical has gone dark. A sinking feeling presses against your chest because deep down you realize this is not a simple outage. This is something bigger, something that touches every street. The air itself feels different, thicker, quieter, heavier, as if the world is holding its breath, waiting for you to understand just how unprepared everyone is. Your neighbor rushes toward you, clutching a powerless phone, saying the car will not start, and the battery is dead, and even the radio refuses to turn on. People begin gathering in small clusters, sharing fragments of fear and confusion, while birds circle overhead in eerie silence, avoiding the strange, still atmosphere. You stand among them, knowing instinctively that this moment marks the end of normalcy and the beginning of something that will test every part of your survival. When systems fail, people reveal who they truly are, and already you see fear building in their eyes. Fear of the unknown, fear of the dark, fear of losing control. Someone suggests driving to the city, but another replies that no vehicle on the street will ignite, and the realization cuts through the crowd like cold steel. A man tries his generator, but it is silent and dead, leaving him staring at the machine as if betrayed by something he trusted his entire life. And it is in this moment that you finally grasp the truth that humanity built its world on electricity, as if it were eternal and guaranteed, but nothing is guaranteed. You step back from the group, your mind racing, searching for what to do next, because panic will not save anyone, and hesitation will only make things worse. A soft breeze rolls down the street, rustling through the trees as if nature herself barely notices the collapse of the man-made systems humans depend on. You breathe slowly, grounding yourself, remembering that survival begins with clarity and preparation begins with awareness, and awareness begins with calm. This is where everything changes, and where people who prepared quietly in the background suddenly become the ones holding the knowledge everyone else desperately needs. You think of power solutions, renewable tools, and off-grid systems, the kind that continue working when the grid collapses, and that thought sparks hope. If only more people understood the importance of personal energy independence, the streets right now would look different, calmer, safer, more confident. That is why tools like the energy revolution system matter, because they bridge the gap between fear and readiness, turning chaos into manageable challenges. You remind yourself to tell viewers watching this to like the video, because the more people who see this message, the more people learn to prepare instead of panic. As the crowd begins dispersing, searching for answers, you decide your next move, because standing still is no longer an option, and action becomes survival. You walk back into your home, assessing every detail from the door locks to the shelves, to every item that could be noticed or misused during a crisis. Your pantry looks normal at first glance, but your mind calculates which items are visible decoys and which are hidden essentials, safe from prying eyes. You arrange canned food so a casual search sees only a small fraction, while the bulk is hidden in waterproof containers behind walls and under floorboards. Medical supplies get the same treatment: antibiotics, insulin, and pain medication split into multiple caches, some decoy, some real, ensuring survival without attracting attention. Water becomes the most critical resource, storing visible bottles for daily use and hiding larger quantities in secure, concealed areas to maintain redundancy and safety. You move on to power, and energy generators are loud and noticeable, so you camouflage small units, and use quiet systems like the energy revolution system for off-grid silent power. Fuel is split among containers hidden in different locations, ensuring you can operate generators or stoves without revealing your full capability to anyone searching your home. Communication tools are carefully placed. Visible radios appear outdated, while satellite phones and mesh devices remain hidden, only to be used when absolutely necessary. Tools for repair and survival are placed strategically. Decoys are visible. Old worn tools distract, while essential functioning tools stay concealed for long-term rebuilding. Knowledge is hidden in plain sight. Books, manuals, digital files encrypted and stored securely, providing guidance and planning without drawing unwanted attention. You pause, considering mental preparation, because survival is more than resources. It is the ability to stay calm, think clearly, and act decisively under pressure. The outer circle of security is ordinary, appearing nothing unusual, while the inner circle holds the real assets and knowledge tightly controlled among trusted people. You recall historical collapses and disasters, from hurricanes to economic crises, noting that those who survived early were those who acted quietly and wisely. Redundancy and misdirection are key. Everything is duplicated across multiple safe locations, so no single discovery can ruin your preparedness. You prepare decoy items in obvious spots to mislead intruders and ensure that even if a location is searched, the most important resources remain untouched. Your movements are deliberate and careful. You consider visibility and noise, because even subtle signs can draw attention from desperate people. Outside the window, you see neighbors reacting unpredictably, some panicking, others scavenging quietly, a reflection of how quickly society's norms can dissolve. You think about the ripple effect of an extended collapse and how local order disappears when desperation outweighs law and conventional morality. Food, water, medical supplies, and fuel are quickly recognized as the first targets by anyone trying to survive, forcing you to prioritize concealment and redundancy. You walk through your living space, envisioning potential search scenarios, how people might approach and what they would notice first, ensuring each vital asset is safe. You pause at your generator, considering its risk and value, remembering that silent energy from systems like the energy revolution system provides safety without exposing your position. A calm focus replaces fear as you plan your next steps in both short-term survival and long-term sustainability, knowing preparation now is the difference between life and chaos. You consider your communication options, planning when and how to use radios or satellite devices to gain information without becoming a target in a world suddenly stripped of security. Tools are carefully inventoried. Some appear worthless in plain sight, while high-value tools and equipment remain hidden until absolutely needed. Knowledge caches provide the most security when combined with encryption and strategic placement, ensuring your expertise remains an advantage, even when society collapses. You remind yourself that human adaptability will always outlast brute strength, because those who think strategically and maintain operational security will survive first and thrive later. You take a final look at your hidden caches and supply distribution, making mental notes for redundancy and rotation, because even the best plans require constant attention. As daylight fades, you assess travel options, safe routes, and potential contacts, considering timing, visibility, and what is truly necessary for immediate survival and minimal exposure. Night falls and the streets transform into shadows and uncertainty, each sound amplified by the absence of normal city noise, making caution essential. You move carefully from building to building, observing which structures appear occupied, which are abandoned, and where resources might be hidden. The cold air sharp against your skin keeps you alert, your senses heightened by instinct, as you scan every corner for movement or signs of life. You spot a small group gathering near a broken lamppost. Faces pale, eyes wide, they share whispers about food, water, and supplies, almost like a quiet council. You consider approaching carefully, knowing that interaction can be both a risk and a necessity. Human connection may provide information or unexpected danger. You step closer, keeping hands visible, showing no threat, your posture neutral to avoid triggering fear or hostility from those already desperate. One of them nods, allowing you to join the circle, sharing only basic observations while listening carefully to their reports about the surrounding area. They mention abandoned vehicles, generators, and scattered food stashes, indicating that chaos has already begun spreading across the neighborhood. You share your knowledge, discreetly mentioning renewable energy solutions, the energy revolution system, without revealing exact locations or capacities for safety. Their faces light up with interest, understanding that quiet power gives an advantage and preserves safety without attracting attention during a collapse. You discuss water purification methods and emergency medical strategies, emphasizing that redundancy and concealment are key to long-term survival. Each person contributes small ideas about security measures, route planning, and resource allocation, building a fragile but growing framework of coordinated survival. The night deepens and the temperature drops, forcing everyone to seek minimal warmth, sharing blankets and small fires while maintaining discretion and safety. You think about sleep strategies for survival, using shifts for lookout duties and quiet zones where each person can rest without exposing critical resources. You review mental preparedness, reminding yourself that calm decision-making outweighs strength in chaotic environments, and that panic is the enemy of survival. The conversation turns to knowledge and tools, emphasizing that understanding systems like power generation, water treatment, and medicine is often more valuable than physical strength. You quietly explain how silent energy systems allow a group to operate safely and independently without alerting potential threats to their capabilities. They begin considering trust networks, carefully deciding who they can rely on for shared intelligence without putting supplies or lives at risk. You share the iceberg strategy for supplies, showing how a small, visible portion protects the larger hidden caches, ensuring resilience even under scrutiny. The group agrees to maintain strict operational security, rotating locations of resources and keeping critical knowledge confidential to reduce risk from opportunists. You walk to the riverbank, briefly noting natural advantages for escape or concealment, evaluating terrain for future movement and security during daylight. Observing the environment, you make mental notes about elevation, cover, and water access, all factors that could influence survival and provide leverage during extended crises. You emphasize the importance of remaining invisible, blending with surroundings and avoiding behaviors that draw unnecessary attention from desperate individuals. You discuss signaling methods for safe communication, including encrypted messages and cautious use of radios or mesh networks that maintain distance from unwanted observers. Food, water, and medical supplies remain your highest priorities for both security and practicality, ensuring immediate survival while providing long-term strategic advantage. The night continues with everyone rotating watch duties, ensuring no one sleeps for long stretches, while maintaining energy for decision-making and preparedness. Your thoughts return to the importance of personal energy independence, highlighting that systems like the Energy Revolution system provide power without exposing positions or resources. You mentally map potential locations for hidden supplies, secondary caches, and emergency exits, using knowledge of the area and natural cover for safety during future movements. By the time dawn approaches, you feel a sense of clarity. The night has reinforced priorities, and the group now has a framework for coordination, survival, and long-term planning. You remind them that every action must be deliberate and every movement calculated, because chaos rewards impulsivity and punishes lack of preparation. Dawn breaks slowly, revealing the world in muted colors, the silence still heavy, but less ominous, as light allows for cautious movement and observation. You survey the area, taking note of paths, potential shelters, and abandoned vehicles that could serve as temporary cover or resource caches during future movements. The group moves cautiously along the riverbank, analyzing terrain, testing bridges and crossings for stability, while marking safe points for later use without leaving obvious signs. You discuss long-term strategies, emphasizing the importance of redundancy in supplies, hidden energy, and secure communication to maintain safety and autonomy. Generators, solar panels, and portable battery units are inventoried and placed strategically, using camouflage, sound dampening, and hidden compartments. You remind everyone that the Energy Revolution system allows sustainable, silent energy without drawing attention, a critical advantage during extended instability. Water sources are mapped, purification systems are double-checked, and hidden caches are created to ensure continuous access without exposing vulnerabilities. Medical supplies are rotated, checked for expiration, and split among multiple locations to prevent complete loss if one cache is discovered or compromised. Food is inspected, rotated, and redistributed using the iceberg method to keep a small visible portion for normal appearance while hiding the bulk for emergencies. Tools for repair and survival are organized. Similarly, old or worn items are displayed, while essential functional tools remain hidden and protected for critical use. Knowledge is digitized, encrypted, and backed up on multiple devices, while physical manuals are stored in discrete locations, ensuring access without drawing attention. You teach the group about operational security, emphasizing that silence, discretion, and blending in are as important as having the right resources. The outer circle of security is normal and inconspicuous, while the inner circle holds critical resources, energy, tools, and knowledge tightly controlled. Mental preparedness exercises are conducted, including scenario planning, stress management, and decision-making under pressure to reinforce calm thinking during chaos. You remind the group that those who survive first days of collapse are rarely the strongest, but the most adaptable and observant, making strategy the ultimate advantage. The conversation turns to trust networks and alliances, emphasizing careful selection, minimizing risk, and only sharing information with those who demonstrate reliability. Every move is considered, every resource carefully managed, and every route evaluated to maintain flexibility while minimizing exposure to potential threats. You walk the perimeter again, noting escape routes, natural cover, and observation points, preparing contingencies for both short-term disruption and long-term survival. The group practices silent movement, secure handling of supplies, and safe communication methods, ensuring operational security remains intact while reinforcing teamwork. You revisit the importance of renewable silent energy, reminding everyone that systems like the energy revolution system create independence and safety simultaneously. The day continues with supply checks, system tests, and group planning, balancing action and caution as routines are established without drawing external attention. You emphasize continuous evaluation of the environment, adjusting plans based on changes in terrain, weather, or potential movement of other people who may pose risks. Training sessions include emergency drills, water purification exercises, and secure tool usage, reinforcing practical skills necessary for long-term survival. The night returns, bringing the same heavy quiet, but now with increased confidence as the group has established routines, secure resources, and a clear operational plan. Sleep rotations are implemented to maintain alertness while allowing necessary rest, reinforcing the idea that mental readiness is as crucial as physical supplies. You remind the group to avoid posting about supplies or preparation publicly, emphasizing that visibility is vulnerability and discretion is critical to safety. Every lesson from past disasters, economic collapse, and societal unrest is recounted, highlighting the consistent pattern. First comes crisis, then desperation, then resource targeting. You teach that firearms, medical supplies, food, fuel, tools, communication equipment, and knowledge are the 7 critical categories everyone should secure and protect. Each category requires misdirection, redundancy, and careful concealment to ensure survival while minimizing the likelihood of theft or attention from opportunists. You demonstrate camouflage techniques for generators, solar panels, and battery units, reinforcing operational security and the importance of silent energy systems like the energy revolution system. Tools are organized to appear worthless in plain sight, while fully functional equipment remains hidden for long-term use in emergency scenarios. Knowledge is stored physically and digitally, encrypted and concealed, providing guidance and strategy without exposing critical information to those who may misuse it. The group practices scenarios, communication drills, and resource management exercises to build confidence, adaptability, and calm decision-making under pressure. You remind everyone that survival is not about fear, but preparation, observation, and action taken in advance to secure what matters most. By the final night, the group has developed routines, secure supply chains, silent energy, and operational security measures, ensuring long-term survival in uncertain times. You address the viewers directly, emphasizing the importance of preparation, silent energy independence, and careful planning to protect themselves and their families. The energy revolution system is highlighted as a tool that provides safe, silent, off-grid energy, giving families independence, security, and a critical advantage. You encourage viewers to like the video to spread awareness, because sharing this message could help others prepare before it is too late. The group sits quietly watching the river, aware that every day is a test of adaptability and readiness, knowing that preparation, discretion, and strategy will determine survival. The lesson is clear. Those who act early, quietly, and wisely survive first, and knowledge combined with silent energy and operational security ensures resilience. As the sun rises, the world remains fragile, but hope exists for those who prepare, adapt, and maintain the mindset of the gray man, blending in while protecting what matters most.